Oh, last week was actually wow, this I've had so much stuff going on this past couple weeks. I had a fun coronavirus scare.
Oh, fun.
Will's dad apparently tested positive.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I had.
That's
Hold on. Yeah, I got the link. I actually got notified for that.
oh cool. All right, well, in 4 minutes, I will post it, and we'll actually get this thing going, so we can try to have an hour and a half long episode instead of however the hell long the last couple have been.
Yeah, geez, yeah.
Yeah, because after this, I've still got to cook some stuff up. I'm trying my made some adjustments to my marinade recipe, so we're gonna see how that works out.
That sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, so
All right, I'm gonna start doing my thing now, just to
all right.
so people have it. Are you, Mr. Bennett?
Go. That. And over to here. All right, then. Nope, that's not what I wanted at all.
Of course, Messenger is having a fucking spasm right now.
Of course it is.
Cool. You're actually kind of lucky you got me. I took a nap at like 2, and I
Damn.
woke up literally like 15 minutes ago.
Nice.
And I was like, should I set an alarm? No, I've never like taken a nap for more than like an hour or two. It won't be that big of a deal. But no, it
Nice.
see what I have for cold beverages. I think I'll
Well,
get pretty low.
I have a Coke Zero, and that is it.
I have a
Hey, hey!
100
No, I
calorie.
made it on time.
That you did. That you did.
It's
My
a
beverage of choice.
light beer.
Ah.
Hey, I'm still losing weight. I weighed in this morning at 261.
Nice. I haven't stepped on a scale in a while, so I am
Always
frankly
better
afraid
for
of.
the mental health.
I'm always afraid of what's going to happen. All right. So I've got the timer ready to go. Are we all ready to get this thing going?
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, nah.
Let's just do it. Let's let this train crash early.
Dang. Let me just do this. Here now.
So Trent, did you think about me this week?
I did. I saw the Tacoma, so yes.
Oh,
I only saw it like once or twice though, which was unusual. Usually saw it like every single day.
yeah, I can become kind of elusive sometimes.
Yeah, you're not the best stalker.
No. I still actually don't even know where you live. I know it's not Draper.
Thank goodness.
It took me a while to get there, but I know it's not Draper.
Nice.
Does Mike even know where I live? Like, I know you know which apartments I live in.
No, not really. All right. As soon as old Herschel Krostowski comes back on the screen, I think we can get this thing a-going.
I'm trying to be off screen so you don't see me eating something.
Well, what are you eating? Is it something horrifying?
Donut.
So,
How dare
no.
you? How dare you do that?
So the answer is no, it's not horrifying.
Yes, but you don't need to see me doing a whole bunch of that.
I mean, this is true.
We're good. It's
All right.
Consumed.
All right. Then let's get this thing a-going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 266 of the CAMcast.
Yay!
The podcast from the website that had its 10-year anniversary. Sneak up on it and didn't know about it until
really?
the day of. Yep.
Day before, thank you. Day before.
Night before. We know what we're doing. I am Mike, dear leader, Doc Taste, leader of men, herder of cats, and I am joined, as always, by the one, the only, the good Colonel Eddie Dean himself, the chairman of the boards, Zach Lords.
Nice to eat you.
There we go. And joining us yet again, he is not Krusty's alter ego. It is the shadowy billionaire, Trent from Sandy himself, Trent Bray.
Sandy.
Ahoy, hoy.
Proud patron of Krusty Burger.
Over dozens sold.
There we go. Follow us and our cheeky shenanigans on all of the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We are at CamAutomag on the lot of them. You can go ahead and listen to this podcast in audio form when it releases every Wednesday. It is available wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Just get a bunch of cheap Bluetooth speakers and just stick them to the outside of your car as you're driving around. Because we all know whatever whip you're pushing does not have that great of a sound system in it. So,
Hey, my Tacoma's adequate.
Damn. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/CamAutomag. That is where you go to make sure this train keeps us sputtering forward. Any dollar amount is accepted. We love anything that you are willing to give us. It helps out a lot, but $5 is the magic number because that gets you access to the super secret shenanigans shitposting Facebook group. And also, if you're watching this thing on YouTube, we do this every Monday, but patrons get to see the majority of them. You only get to see it once a month. So if you like this and other bonus content and occasionally getting random stuff in the mail from me, support us on Patreon. It's the best way to do it.
I don't even get random shit in the mail from him.
No, that's because you live close enough that you can just come over and get it.
You don't give me shit.
I give you love and a sense of fulfillment.
I've received some fulfillment from you.
There you go.
Maybe
I got the Patreon exclusive pin.
Yeah.
I didn't get one.
I could have sworn I gave you one.
No, I would have put it on my hat.
I could have sworn I gave you one.
No.
All right, well.
Or it's lost in the ether somewhere.
God, I really hope you didn't lose that pin because I'm not making any more. Anyway. Oh, hey Jackson, he's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hello.
Anyway, support our sponsor, Steady Broke Clothing. Steady.broke on all the social media, steadybroke.com. They've been with us since almost day one of the podcast. They've got a bunch of awesome, affordable stuff, stylish stuff. Go ahead and put a bunch of that in your cart and use coupon code CAMAUTO15 at checkout to save 15% on your entire order. Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams. And while you're out there throwing some money around, spending them Trump bucks, how about you head over to CAMautoswag.com?
You still
Like
have Trump
me-
bucks?
I still have a few.
Oh, mine have been gone for a while.
Listen, we can't. We're not all buying shit boxes. Some of us are
Hey.
buying stylish gray cam hats that me and Trent are wearing. Yep,
Mine's in my card.
we totally did not plan this, but thank you,
not.
Zach. Just pointing off screen. But yeah, we've got hats, shirts, and now backpacks, flip-flops, and shorts just in time for summer. All of that and more is available over at CAMautoswag.com, your home for official Cam Auto merchandise. And then if you are watching this, hope you are. Hope somebody besides Jackson is. That would be tremendously helpful.
No offense, Jackson.
Sorry, buddy. Just,
Is Jackson a rock? Because if so, that's kind of depressing.
Jesus. I mean, it's kind of depressing, but also just really gets you right where you live.
Par for the course.
Yep.
Are you warming up to him?
Yeah, I only hate him as a joke, much like you.
I thought that was the opposite. I thought you actually hated me, but only liked me as a joke.
Yeah, either or. Whatever. Whichever shoe fits, lace that bitch up and wear it. Anyway, on Tuesdays, we play some games and stream everything on Twitch. And for the last meeting of Twitch Tuesday for our PlayStation month, we're going to be playing some GT Sports. So join us as we get in a room with randos who don't understand that you can launch a car backwards at a standing start in GT Sport. So that's always fun. We may race Samba buses at Mount Panorama, or follow me on this one, Samba buses at Sarth. Come on, with the chicanes, because we don't want to be carrying that much speed. We all remember what happened to Mark Webber. Anyway,
Down.
There we go. If you want to join us in game, please feel free to shoot us a message. If not, if you just want to watch and get spicy in the chat, it is twitch.tv/CamAutoMike is where you go to watch us get weird on some video games. So, Zach's apparently going to buy our entire stock of flip-flops.
I have been commanded to by the comments. Thanks,
Well,
Andrew.
Yes, you have. So
One for every day of the week.
So saith the comments. Anyway, how's everybody been since this since the week as I've seen you?
I had some stories, but if Trent wants to go, I will yield my time to him.
You don't have
All
to
right.
yield the entirety of your time, because the entirety of your time is like 30 minutes and my time is like a minute. So
Oh, this is a good story, though.
Oh boy.
So I will do my minute and then we'll get into your good story.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah, so Tommy and I have been working on the Viper. It has been kicking our butts. It took ratchet strap plus pry bars to get the head off. All the bolts were off. Don't worry. Everything was good. It just was on there. And
A 30-year-old Chrysler product doesn't want to participate? Wow. Tickle me surprised.
Right. And then it's just been chasing down parts. The head's ready to go, minus some valve stem seals that I'm waiting for, and then start putting it all back together.
Well, that's good. It's good. So, like, it just no fear of warping anything. Just slap on some new head gaskets and go.
No, the head's in fantastic shape.
Good.
Everything's looking good. I mean, it was machined, so it's nice and flat, but it was good shape. They didn't even suggest lapping the valves because the valves were tight. Like,
Who did you go to the machine shop for?
We'll talk about it off air. But,
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been good, and we're ready to get that thing back on the road. Hopefully this week.
Nice.
And then we had a 10-year anniversary.
Yes, we did. That happened on Thursday.
And we got a new website out of it.
Yes, we did. We got a new website. So if you head over to camautomag.com right now, the website looks totally different.
Doing that right now.
We finally decided to update it after. When was the last time?
5 years, 6 years, something
like that. Frankly,
I looked at some emails, and it's
Whoa, it's different.
Yes, it is.
2.5 years ago, I was like, all right, Mike, I'm getting serious about this. Let's redo the website. And then it never happened.
Nothing.
So
Par for the course.
But I'm still not part of the staff yet.
Not yet.
Like I say, I'm at the very bottom.
Yeah, you are.
I'm wearing the same shirt in the photo. Oh,
Yes, you are.
I look so dumb. Okay.
Don't worry.
uh,
Yep. So
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put this in the links, the description, so people can
we
see how bad I look.
we celebrated our 10-year anniversary, and we're going to keep celebrating it. So there are going to be some special podcasts and videos and all sorts of other stuff as we reminisce about doing this for 10 years. Not gonna say if we did it well or did it poorly, but we've been doing it for 10 years. So
I was 12 when you started
that's
this.
a fact.
Christ almighty.
Wow.
Thanks, Zach.
Oh, geez. Why did you have to pull that out?
Oh, I had to.
All right, Zach, you start telling a story. I gotta go get something. I'll be right back.
Oh, someone's telling us to Trent now. Okay. So
Well, I mean, and the people watching,
okay.
and we also have people who download this every week. So
Well,
it's
okay.
not just Trent. Like, you have an audience.
Well, I wanted you to hear something because it was pretty good.
Okay.
But as you know, nothing I do goes right, ever. I can plan stuff for like a month in advance. It will never go right. So I had an opportunity this weekend to take the female friend and the Porsche to Park City. So I'm like, that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna load up the Porsche. It's gonna be a good time. I've got this nice Airbnb. It's gonna be a good time. So I go pick her up. I forgot jacket, so we ran back to my house. And the little light on next to the coolant temp gauge was flashing, but the temperature was still solid. And I'm like, that's a little odd. When I get to my house, I'll just Google what that means and figure out what's going on, because it's probably something like a dumb like warning light or something. And so I get here to 72nd in Fort Union or wherever the fuck it is right here, and there is coolant just pouring out of the back of the Porsche, just
Oh God.
pumping out of the back of the Porsche. And I'm like, okay, so I get into the McDonald's parking lot, and everybody's staring at me because like I'm all dressed all nicely, all ready to go. I have the back of the Porsche open, and there's just steam just billowing out of it.
Of course.
And my truck with my toolbox is at my shop. All of my tools are at my shop. And I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I managed to take, I have a big 64-ounce hydro flask. I dumped that whole thing in the coolant reservoir, and I limped it down to AutoZone, or O'Reilly's right here down the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anyone's familiar with that engine, but it's there's a maze of coolant hoses in there. There's a lot. Most of them are inaccessible from the bread-shaped opening for the engine bay. And so I managed to convince the 12 an hour O'Reilly's worker to let me rummage through their backroom tools to find the right one. And of course, they have all the sockets, but no fucking ratchets, because why would they have ratchets?
Why would they have ratchets?
And so some dude in the parking lot's like, oh, dude, like, I'm just on my way down from Park City. Like, I got tools. Do you need stuff? Like, what do you need? I'm like, dude, please, I'll give you $20. Just let me, I need to get this 8mm bolt off, see what's going on. And the previous mechanic had zip tied one of the coolant hoses directly to the engine.
Nice.
So it wouldn't rub on the belts. Well, of course it rubs on the engine, and it rubbed a hole into it. So I had to like undo all of this shit in the like, and the best part too is like I'm dressed all nicely. People are like the AutoZone employees like don't think I'm an actual mechanic, which I'm not, but I'm competent. And so I unbolt everything, and I managed to replace it. Luckily, it wasn't like some weird like specialty connector hose like some of them are. It was just a normal 1/4-inch coolant hose. Like I get it fixed in there, get back on the highway, it starts overheating. I'm like, I do not want to blow a head gasket on someone else's Porsche.
Definitely don't want to do that.
So we get off the highway a second time, and at this point, the female friend's being really like just like handling it all so nice. Like I'm over here like having a mental breakdown.
She's being a
like,
trooper.
She is. She's like, that's whatever. We're on an adventure, and I'm like, yep, an adventure that this is. So we end up Googling how to burp a Porsche in the 7-Eleven parking lot in the mouth of Big Cottonwood Canyon. Everyone's stopping by and watches this. It's still just pouring coolant everywhere. Just I can't open the valve because it's just dumping coolant the second you touch the valve or the thing. We managed to get burped, and it made it all the way to Park City and back with no qualms. And then the funnest part too was we drove East Canyon on our way back down today, and on the way back down, we see ER's McLaren, we see Rex Garcia's Viper, we see South Valley's, I can't remember their name, South Valley's Maserati, and the whole string of that group's supercars. And if I had a full tank of gas, because I was running on fumes at that point, I would have turned around and followed them back up the canyon. But yeah, so how should I say Porsche?
Porsche.
Porsche.
Zach.
So of course nothing goes right. And I had like an awkward phone call to Ryan because it's his Porsche. And I'm like, hey, so nothing goes right when he goes, what did you break on the car?
I love that that's his instant reaction.
Yeah. And I go, well, the car did it to itself. He goes, okay, what happened? And I explained to him, and he goes, okay. So I get fixed, and I call him, and I'm like, well, we need to do this, and this now. And he goes, dude, I don't give a fuck. Just fucking do it. I trust you. Just stop calling me.
I don't give a fuck. I trust you.
Yeah,
stop calling me.
Words I'm not used to hearing, so it was, yeah.
I don't think we're used to hearing them either.
Yeah.
No.
But here we are.
Nobody says that to me.
No, I cannot be trusted.
No. So tomorrow I have to go back and unzip tie this disaster. I fixed it the same way the previous can't fix it because it was the only way I could do it in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then do a full coolant flush, spray out the engine bay because it's just every cavity is full of coolant. But yeah, it was a good time.
Nice.
Sounds exciting.
Well,
I saw a 996 at the Sunset Coffee the other day.
Yeah.
Granted, it was lowered and had a nice set of wheels on there, but as I was coming up to it, I did not see that. I just saw the back end of it, and I was like, oh, Zach's hanging out here. But no.
Our 996 has aftermarket wheels.
Is it lowered? Because this thing was
lowered.
This thing was pretty lowered.
What did you drive by? Because I've got Sunset.
I don't know. It was silver.
Ours is silver. I had it up there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay. It was probably one of those days. So
nice.
You didn't stop and say hi?
I didn't know you were there.
I didn't know you were there either. What were you driving?
Wow.
I was in the wifey's Pilot.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have. Yeah. You probably just drove right past it and even acknowledged you. Yeah.
Nice. Well.
Anyway, next time I see a silver 996, I will just
start waving like an idiot.
Yeah.
There you go. Do want to say shout out to Gavin. He finally got himself a more fun car.
Yay, Gavin!
Yeah, he said it was a fun car in the announcement post, implying that the 5-speed Forester was not fun. Anyway, he got himself a Fiesta ST.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's very excited about that. So, shout out to Nick Nengus. He upgraded. He got himself a C6. So, be prepared to see that thing just belching blue smoke, much like his C5 does in about 4 or 5 months.
I like Jackson's comment. Flashing light. It's fine.
I mean, come on.
I'm also being berated on social media about how I'm saying Porsche.
There you go. Well, now you're saying it right. And now the internet will love you until they don't. Anyway, happy birthday to the following people: Marcus Martinez, John Chouse, Adam Jordan, Hez Rivero, Joe Tapia, and my dad, Jeff.
Yay!
Yep. Everybody's celebrating a birthday this week. All righty. Moving right along, as I have a timer going, so we don't wind up with a 2.5-hour episode.
Again.
Hey, man. Like, you people download it regardless, so I don't know what to do. I don't know what you want. But for me, what I'm trying to do, we need to keep it to 90 minutes. So anyway, into the news. And, Europe is going to get a little bit more boring, I guess, if you're looking for exciting Japanese cars.
Yes, Nissan is axing the 370Z, the GTR, and the Navara pickup
Oh no!
in Europe. Yes.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
This isn't the most surprising thing after last week's discussion of Nissan just shitting the bed all over everywhere.
Desperate
Well, that
company
would be
axes old
true.
models.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're basically keeping 4 crossovers, and that's it.
Are they pulling a Ford in Europe?
Oh my.
Yes, they're even getting rid of their pickup truck.
Which,
But-
when you type on Avara, it takes you to an SUV.
Navara?
It's an SUV. Google it.
Navara.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I know my pickup trucks better than you. No offense.
Yeah, no,
But
the Nissan Navara is a truck.
yes.
Oh, I'm thinking Avara. What the fuck am I looking at? Hold on, give me a second.
I don't know.
Thank you for trying to correct me on something you know nothing about. But anyway,
I
go on.
clicked on the wrong thing.
Keep
That's
going.
me.
Keep going.
Okay, you're good. Thank you. I clicked on the wrong thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so the funny thing is, though, Nissan does say that Europe is still an important part of their strategy because of regulations. They know that the first people to swing the ban hammer is going to be Europe, and so they want to be abreast of all those developments for the rest of the world, so they can develop their cars to meet those European regulations and all the regulations.
Well, all right then.
Nissan's not going away, but
if you kept reading down below, it says European lineup will consist of the. Not going to try to pronounce that. The Juke Extra.
Just like I said, it's only going to have crossovers.
Yeah, but when you said Navara, I think it's Avara, and my dumb glance looked like
the Aria.
Yeah. My first glance was, Avara. That looks like it. So cool. I'll click on it, and I'm like, it doesn't look like a pickup truck. That looks like an SUV.
Man.
So anyway, let's speaking of
Porsche.
Speaking of situations that Zach is struggling with, Porsche
engines specifically.
Yes, they are going to have to increase displacement to meet the next European regulations.
Oh, damn.
Seems so ass backwards, but I love it.
It absolutely does. And that's the thing. The whole article talks about how, the Porsche boss is like, this is completely backwards for what we're trying to accomplish with emissions. But Europe is trying to limit the amount of horsepower per liter with the new EU7 regulations. And so they have to go increased displacement to meet that. But that also increases their emissions. So they're going to invest in catalytic converters that are 4 times their current size.
Oh, boy.
So basically, they're going to have an entire mining facility in their cars. The whole reason Europe's doing this is to try and force electric down the automakers' throats.
Jesus.
So
and then Porsche's saying no.
So people like Ferrari, they have small engines and high horsepower numbers. So are we going to start seeing the realm of 7-liter V8s from Ferrari now?
Well, I think this is.
Oh, if there's a just and merciful God.
I think this is unique to Porsche. But if you look at Ferrari, they've got the SF90 Stradale. They've flat out said, as we talked about last week, they're all in on hybrids. So I think that's how they're going to get around that, is that there is electrification.
Lamborghini is probably fighting because their engines are surprisingly large. I don't know statistics and trying to figure out horsepower per liter, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just know specifically what Porsche was talking about this, but they spent all this time to downsize their motors, and now they're going to have to go back up, which is ridiculous. And the good news is that they're going to keep the manual. In this article, this guy just kind of briefly threw it in there. They're going to keep the manual as long as there's strong enough demand for it. So if you want Porsche to keep manuals, go buy one.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
There it is.
specifically a new one. That's where it's going to be helpful.
Okay.
Well, damn it.
And never mind that. I'm out.
Yeah, but he basically said naturally aspirated motors are gone. By the way, don't expect them even on GT3s in the future. So,
oh well,
it's what they got to do.
I hate to see it.
Yeah,
but you know what you love to see? Plucky Mitsubishi turning a profit.
Hey, how crazy is that they turned a profit? Like I haven't been paying enough attention to Mitsubishi, but I just assumed they were underwater. Like
I assumed that they did just
always.
We discussed this. We discussed this what 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I have a theory with this.
Okay.
Is they're just subleasing all of their dealerships to like boat rental places.
Okay.
You remember this discussion, right?
Yes, I do.
And that's how they're doing it now.
That's how you. Hey, man, open up your third eye.
Trent, maybe if you were around more often, you might get that joke.
Thanks.
He's not the one you should be launching that kind of shot at. Yeah, he's here shockingly more than some of the other people. So
right. I just can't say I've driven past a Mitsubishi dealership and seen a bunch of boats outside because I haven't driven past a Mitsubishi dealership.
Yeah, I kind of assume that they just like shifted everything to like European commercial markets? Vehicles and air conditioning units.
Yeah. They pioneered the online sales model because they had to. Real estate was too expensive.
Now it's just some guy named Murray in a basement. Just making sure you get your weird little 3-cylinder sent out to you.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, they have a 9% sales. Oh, I can't talk. I'm pulling a Zach. Sales were down 9%, and their profit dropped 89% year over year, but they still managed to turn a profit. And yes, it did surprise analysts.
I think many things about that surprised analysts. Number one being, wait, Mitsubishi's still making cars?
Yeah, they're making the Eclipse, right? Yeah, that's great. Cool.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, the Eclipse is a crossover now, though.
I made myself sad.
But they do have a Mirage.
Oh boy. Just what the world wants.
Is the Mirage still a sedan?
They have a sedan and a hatchback version, yes.
Oh God.
Wow, is the Mirage our steady rock in the sedan world right now? Because that's the present.
Yeah, it has not been threatened to be killed as of now, at least.
Because it's like 40 years old at this point. It's basically our Trabant. It's not going to die.
It's like
we've only had this version for like 3 years now, 4 years. Yeah.
Oh, because we had to have backup cameras, so they had to redo it so we could have the Federal Standard backup cam.
Yeah, have you seen the backup camera on those? They're just like
a Hitachi High 8, just duct taped to the back.
Pretty much.
Nice. You just got to get out there, pop the tape out.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of things that were originally filmed with a camera clunkily mounted to a car, Rendezvous, the cult classic film that was not released until like, when the hell was it? Like 2003 or something. It never got a proper actual release. It was a short film filmed one morning in Paris with a camera attached to a Mercedes 450 SEL. The reason it was done at so early in the morning on a Sunday in Paris is because the director wanted some streets closed. Paris said no. So he just said, well, come stop me. And he just did it. The footage has...
the American spirit.
Yes.
The American spirit in France.
Exactly. It was an interesting little short film. It has Ferrari 275 GTB exhaust notes dubbed over. So, yeah, it's just this dude haul-assing through Paris to meet up with a lovely young woman, and they remade it this weekend.
Yes.
In Monaco. Morning. Yes. They remade it with Charles Leclerc driving... Was he actually driving an SF90 Stradale? Or was he driving something? All right.
Yeah, he was driving a Ferrari SF90 Stradale.
Perfect. yeah, so there it is. We will have.
And Ferrari posted a teaser of it already, which is
Jesus.
crazy. They just did it this morning, and they've already got a little 1-minute teaser of it.
Dang. It is going to be called Le Grand Rendezvous, and it will be premiering on June 13th. And they filmed this in Monaco, where Chuckles happens to live. And apparently he hit 150 miles an hour while they were filming this. So, hot damn.
It boogies.
Indeed. Especially on that just tiny, just narrow streets. My God in heaven. Anyway, hey, more good news. Corvette production is going to be resuming.
Yes. But not good news if you had a 2020 model and you thought it was going to be collectible.
Hey.
Yeah. So, yeah, before they shut down, they made 2,700, roughly 2,700 2020 Corvettes. And everybody just assumed they're going to, when they resume production, it's going to be 2021 model years. They're going to make the convertible version, and then they're going to just skip to the 2021 coupe. That is not the case.
Nope.
GM actually got chassis production to be ruled as an essential service. So chassis production was never shut down.
Well, you know.
For the Corvette. So they have a backlog of these chassis just waiting, and so they're going to resume production. I think this week. Right, it may have already started now that I think about it. But then it will be shortened, but it won't be as bad as everybody thought it was, where they were, have 100,000 orders and only 2,000 get fulfilled. I don't know the actual number, but it will be shortened, and then they will only delay convertible production by 1 week. That will start mid-July.
Dang. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to start up tomorrow as we record this. Yesterday, if you're listening to the podcast. And they have 5 months to fulfill as many 2020 orders as possible before some people who ordered a 2020 are going to get a 2021. So,
yeah.
Yep. So, interesting.
Which to some people that's important, but,
I want a first-year run of my Corvette. Mine's special because it's a one-of-one, because it was made on this one day with this one color, and I'm running these aftermarket tires. It's a one-of-one. I was a little too much. A little too accurate, sorry.
Zach, I didn't know you were a YouTuber.
I actually own a pair of New Balances now.
Zach, I was unaware you were a 62-year-old man.
The Cars and Coffee I go to on a regular basis has a large Corvette gathering.
If the one up at Sunset?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all. No. It's the least surprising thing you could have told me.
On a completely weird side bitch tangent here.
Yeah.
I fit in a Lotus Elise.
Really?
With the top on?
Top on.
Huh.
And I could drive it. I didn't drive it.
How much of the passenger seat did your knee take up?
Actually, I could have a passenger in as well, too. Not for very long.
No. Don't lie to me, Zach. I've driven an Elise with a passenger, and the passenger was similar size and build to me, and our knees were touching the entire time.
It's the top tier Lancia Stratos issue.
Yeah,
I have to change gear.
The funny part though was it was a guy showed up. I'm like, I normally don't ask this, but like this is one of those cars I'd really love to try to sing. And he goes, "Oh, of course, try it." And I'm standing there. I lift my knee to put it in the car, and my knee hits the roof of the fucking car.
Yeah,
like really hard. Yeah, it's awkward and embarrassing.
Yeah, I too fit in one. However, getting into and out of requires me to just shed any dignity that I have.
It's basically you sit on the ground, put your legs in, then lift yourself up into it.
Yeah, like that. There is no dignified way for any human being to get into or out of that vehicle.
Speaking of undignified entry and exit, last week, you may have noticed that Tommy and I disappeared rather quickly towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah, yes.
That we made no mention of. We just let you go.
Yeah, my brother-in-law runs a used car dealership, and he had just picked up a BMW i8, and I was offered the opportunity to drive it, but I could only drive it right then because it was going to the dealership the next day. And so he's like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So I text Mike. I'm like, I'm going to have to bounce. But that was surprisingly difficult to get in and out of. It wasn't the wide sill. I can get past that. It was the door. The door doesn't go up high enough. It is really in your way. Like,
I have sat
if the door went up higher, or if it went more forward, it would be totally different. But it's like you have to like pull one of these, get in sideways just to clear the door, and then you got to deal with the wide door sill, and it's difficult. But once you're in it, it's great. It's a fun car. It's quicker than I expected it to be because everybody poo-poos it because it's only 0 to 60 in like 4 seconds. But
that's still
I enjoyed it. No, people like hate on that thing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but I enjoyed the crap out of it.
So I also sat in an i8. I think the Enzo is easier to get in and out of than the i8.
Any excuse to bring that up.
It's my crowning moment.
I'm jealous, all right? So just deal with it. Zach, you got one over on me. I'm jealous of you.
Perfect. Well, speaking of somebody gets something over on somebody, for the first time ever, all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles are on track to outsell two-wheel drive vehicles.
Which,
yes,
I didn't know where that this was going to be. I thought this happened years ago. Like,
that's what I thought too. I'm like,
yeah,
really? It took this long? Because I mean,
every crossover is all-wheel drive.
Yeah, BMW's been doing this forever, and this includes trucks. They're four-wheel drive, so it's like trucks are the biggest sellers on the road. Like, I'm really surprised it took this long. But
there's a lot of brands out there that only sell all-wheel drive cars, and I'm like,
hey, as we found out the other week, Audi was offering front-wheel drive on the A4 and A6 and A5 until just now. So
but and it's not like they're blowing past them. It's as of right now, 50.8% of all new 2020 vehicles are all-wheel or four-wheel drive. So
so it's not a huge margin, but I mean, we're halfway through the year, so we're halfway through this version of the apocalypse. So
exactly. Well, speaking of the apocalypse, pour one out for one of the places, for one of the rentals. Hertz is filing for Chapter 11.
I saw something about this a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, about like them dumping a shitload of vets on the used car market. Yeah.
Those like Hertz edition like vets and whatever.
Yeah, they ended up listing like 66 of them. They only made 100 of them, but they were trying to raise some money, and if they got their asking price, it was something like 1.3 million is what they'd raised. But
well, who wants a Hertz? Okay, never mind. They're Corvette owners. Of course, they want It's a 100, and it's the only blue one they actually made, and it says a Hertz on it.
Yeah,
they're all yellow, by the way.
Oh, they are really?
Yeah, Gavin has a fun story with somebody who had a.
Yes, he does.
Some dude who had a second-hand Hertz Corvette, and really thought it was a lot more than what it was.
How it always is. But they did dump actually a good amount of their fleet a little while ago because they knew this was, they saw the writing on the wall. However, because they're filing for Chapter 11, which is important to note, it's Chapter 11, so they are trying to stay in business.
Yeah,
they're trying to reorganize.
Yep, they're trying to restructure so they can continue gouging you at the rental counter at the airport.
Yeah, but they there is a lot of concern that they're going to flood the market with used cars, which they are. They're still going to be selling off more cars, and that's just going to decrease prices across the board. It's going to hurt some of the little guys because all their inventory is just going to drop in value. But at least they are reorganizing. It's not Chapter 7. If it was Chapter 7, then it would be a completely different story, and
Oh yeah.
it would be more apocalyptic for the used car market. But
Yep.
they're gonna keep on keeping on.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see.
Speaking of keeping on.
Yep, and looking towards the future, SVR will be tuning electrics in the future, except for the I-Pace.
Yeah, for some reason they're just like, no, we're just not going to do anything with the I-Pace. But the new XJ is the new all-electric XJ is most likely going to debut towards the end of this year, and that's probably going to be the first all-electric vehicle that SVR gets their hands on, which will be interesting to see. But it's just not the same. It's not, let's take the base motor and tweak this and do this. It's
Well, the
okay,
SVR did go out kind of on a high note, though, like with the Super Project 8, whatever the fuck they called that thing.
The XE.
Yeah, XE Project 8.
Yeah, the lunacy that car was.
Oh,
yes.
I support it.
I
would like one. I think they're horrendously overpriced, but
yeah, like I'm a fan, but not like $188,000 fan.
Yeah, I could see it being like $100,000, but yeah.
Well,
but no, they have like the F-type SVR. Like I love that thing just for the noise that it makes. So, what will SVR do to make it unique, other than body kits and
a little
adding
software
more?
tweak?
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, tweaking the software, but not surprising, but interesting.
Well, that's what the future will be looking like. A whole bunch of spicy blunders.
I feel like the future just got a little sadder with this next one.
Did we have to pour another out? And
a lot of us grew up in these.
This is personal for me.
Yep. RIP Dodge Caravan.
Yep.
The OG minivan.
I mean, this has been a long time coming, but at least Chrysler has been saying for years that this is coming, but nobody thought they were stupid enough to do it because it still outsells the Chrysler Pacifica, which is replacing the Dodge Caravan at a much higher price.
I'm assuming it's the Caravan was no longer making money, and the Pacifica had a much higher margin on it. And so
it does have a higher margin, but it was making money. I mean, all the tooling was paid for years ago. Like, I mean, it was it was stupid of them to do it, but
there was a reason that they were selling chassis to Volkswagen.
What was that?
I said, I guess there was a reason they were selling chassis to Volkswagen.
Yeah, Volkswagen was stupid enough to buy them.
Yeah. Yeah. After 37 years, the Caravan, the thing that saved Chrysler from bankruptcy in the 90s, it's going away.
And there's a Cam connection here now that he brought up the VW thing.
Oh, yes.
Mike and I did record a podcast the first time we tried to do the podcast.
Yep. This isn't the first time. This is not the first CAMcast.
No, which only made it like 5 episodes, but
yep.
I think it was episode 4 was recorded in a VW Rutan.
Yep.
I don't even know where we were driving to, but I had one as a loaner vehicle for a car being in a shop. And
I swear to God, we were just like driving around, just trying to figure out where to go.
I don't know. We ended up recording one.
I think at one point the idea was tossed around that we would pull the seats out because you could do that because it's a Dodge Caravan and you've always been able to do that. And just give Spider a crash helmet and then just tell him to hang on.
I do not remember that, but it wouldn't entirely surprise me.
I just remember some talk of somebody being put in a crash helmet and being told to hang on. So, and Lord knows it wasn't going to be me.
So, I didn't know you guys back then, because I think I might have ended up with some bodily injuries if I knew you guys back then.
Yeah, child endangerment laws prevented us from doing anything with somebody like you at this point in time.
I wasn't going there, but thanks.
We don't.
Zach,
we can't
if you were of age and we knew you at this time, we
Yeah.
would have probably been a lot more successful because your bodily harm
Oh
would
yeah.
have skyrocketed our views of
Oh
everything.
god, it would have been great.
Oh, God.
So you
Yeah.
up for it now?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
great.
All right. To
This is what's
Enterprise
going to
or-
take us to
I'm
the
gonna
next
hop in-
10 years.
to
I'll hop in the
Enterprise
back
or
of
whoever
your-
the hell's still renting a minivan.
Well, I'll hop in the back of Trent's wife's the pilot, and we'll do it with that.
No.
No.
If anything, we'll strap like a tonneau cover on my truck and then just let you roll around in the back of that.
Perfect.
I want jumps. I want to set up a lawn chair back there like a brat,
Oh my god.
facing backwards. Yeah.
Damn.
What?
That's
Also, my tonneau cover. I won't be able to sit upright. I'm just be
know.
lying back there rolling.
yeah.
I know.
You'll bounce around. It'll be fun.
We'll have a nice night vision camera in there.
Yeah.
I feel like we're turning it quickly into an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I mean, that was always kind of the trajectory. So,
Happy to support, I guess.
anyway, and finally, rounding out the news section, there are shakeups happening over at ye old Aston Martin.
Yes. And this one was shocking to pretty much everyone. I mean, obviously Aston hasn't been in the best situation, but pretty much everyone thought Andy Palmer was going to, helm them through the storm, but he was blindsided by this and he's out. He's out of as CEO after the last 6 years, and rumor on the street is the AMG chief Tobias Moores is going to be the one who will take over.
Well, god damn. That's
Apparently, what's his name?
Lawrence Stroll.
Yeah, Papa Stroll is helping shake things up.
Well, good for him. Good for him. Oh, and Toto Wolff only owns 4.8% of the company. Good to know. Good to know. Alrighty. Well, there we go. That is the news as we bring it to you. Because one of us was almost a journalist. So, anyway, moving on. We are recording this on Memorial Day, the day where you say thank you to a headstone and not to a person, because today's the day we remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. You say thank you to people on Veterans Day. Say thank you, buy them a beer, and or do what I do and say thank you for taking my tax dollars. That's always a fun one. Some people get it, some people don't. And the people who get it, they're fans of this program.
Wow. That was a weird turn. I love it.
Yep.
But
Anyway.
in a positive turn, thank you honestly and sincerely to anybody who's given their life for the freedom we have to bring this podcast to you in this country we live in.
Oh, yes.
Truly appreciate and respect that.
Oh, yes.
America.
Indeed.
Fuck yeah.
Well, and in honor of that sacrifice, we get a Monday off at the end of May. So I asked the question, how did you spend your long weekend? Because it's an interesting thing. In the middle of a pandemic, what do you do with an extra day off? Because, some people, every day is a day off and time is meaningless. So, yeah.
Was that a jab at me?
No, it's a jab at a lot of people. So,
Or there's those of us who don't get days off during pandemics. But
yeah. Some of us still go to work.
Essential.
Indeed. So, yeah, what did you guys, Zach, aside from fucking up a Porsche, did you do anything fun for the weekend?
Worked on a lot of cars. I drove a Carmen Ghia.
Oh.
Eh,
All right.
I'm sorry.
I mean, they're interesting to look at. Not necessarily much to drive, but hey, man.
Anything else this weekend? It's been pretty boring. Or it's been very eventful, but just lots of things happened, and none of them were particularly interesting. It was just a very busy weekend.
Yeah. Well, Trent, you do anything fun or of note?
I So we talked a little bit about working on the Viper, but today I took a little bit of time and took my kids swimming. So
Nice.
that was enjoyable for them. Was okay for me, and
Well,
now my wife gets to put them to bed, and I get to talk here. So
perfect. Everybody wins. Yeah, it was me and Taryn's anniversary was on Friday, so naturally
Mazel tov.
she got stuck with the work phone over the long weekend, and she had to go puppy sit for her sister and brother-in-law. So not really a great weekend, you know. Puppy has separation anxiety and was really just trying to bite any extremity that was anywhere near him. So that was fun.
Speaking of which, I have lost a cable modem and Ethernet cable and a few HDMI cables this weekend because of exact same situation. My dog having some separation anxiety.
God, they're adorable and they're wonderful sometimes, but man, just sometimes they're just so annoying. Anyway, we put the question out to you, the fine listener, enjoyer of all things Cam, and we got a few responses. So Luke Dreyer, friend of the program, OG superfan, he made some kick-ass brisket and replaced his busted-ass water heater.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm all about the brisket.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to tackle that myself now that I've got a smoker.
Ooh. Gonna be a smoky boy. I like it.
Yes.
All right.
I can make a solid rack of ribs now, so we'll have
Hell
to...
yes.
Can I make a statement here?
Yes.
I feel like people who have smokers are the meat versions of vegans. Oh, I can smoke that for you there. Oh, we can put some hickory on that. Oh, you want some cheese? Oh, you want some bacon? Oh, I can smoke that for you.
Okay.
No? You've never heard
So
that?
Zach has talked himself out of getting any of said ribs. So Mike, whenever you want, come on over. We'll make sure to smoke some up for you.
Yeah.
I see how it is. For Christmas, I'm getting a magnet and nothing else.
Amen.
And no smoked meats, no love and affection.
Well, don't worry. Once the apocalypse ends and we're congregating back here in the basement, yeah, I will be forcing you to try some of my culinary experiments. So
I thoroughly miss your culinary experiences.
Well,
normally, I think 9% of the time they turn out really well.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna get this podcast to processing and whatever, and then I've got to run upstairs and actually cook some stuff because I have a marinade going that I can't let sit too long because there's a lot of lime juice in there. So yeah, can't let it hang out too long. So anyway, Ben Allred, again, another fan of the program, responded in Utah Japanese Classic Cars group on Facebook. I had my birthday on Friday, ran a D&D session Saturday, and had a fever of 102.8 on Sunday. So pretty eventful.
Wow.
The prior weekend, he got assholed in his NC Miata. So.
Oh, that was rough. I saw that.
Yeah, the pictures when it first happened were bad, but then in the day, real rough. But also, before or after he got rear-ended, he got a propane forge and an anvil, and he's got to start making knives. So he's just had a lot of ups and downs these last couple weekends.
Wow.
Yep. So let's see. Clark Peterson asked where I took that picture that I posted. Not going to tell you because I'm trying to keep that spot from getting blown out. So
good old Clark.
Yeah, Clark's good people. He also commented on my my story of.
I told you I worked with Clark, right?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clark's good people. Yeah, no. Somebody posted a post-it note on my coffee maker that says "Turn on coffee pot." So
I saw that.
Yep. His response was just hilarious. So shout out to him. Let's see. Glenn Heck did some wheel trades, spent time with family, and celebrated his birthday a little late. And Brandon McConkey spent the weekend wandering around Jackson Hole, looking at properties and overeating. So,
nice.
Yeah. Oh, and then while we're talking about wheel stuff, shout out to Joey. He picked himself up a Cressida. in
Yeah, he
'89.
did.
Yes.
Burgundy on Burgundy. It was the second
Whew.
time I have gone down to Utah County and returned with an 80s Toyota product that was Burgundy on Burgundy. Now Joey wants me to get another A70 Supra so we can be 7M buddies. And believe you me, I really want to.
I walked out of that house 2 weeks ago when he got it, and I'm like, huh, that's not a Volvo.
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah, he's already got some. I think he picked up some R32 GTR wheels from Glenn, and they're already on the car. So
Oh,
yeah,
it's
looks
not
pretty tight.
here, so I can't see it, but
yeah, he's got some other things doing. So
Good for him.
yeah.
I asked the chat if they did anything this weekend, but apparently no one did anything this weekend in the group chat or the YouTube chat.
Yeah, they've probably stopped paying attention to us.
That's
But
probably
whatever.
As
Doesn't matter.
they should.
Yep, that's how this is supposed to go. Also, real quick, if anybody wants a BN Sports FC RX-7 body kit, Stu Smedley is selling one. So he's finally repainting the highlighter yellow FC that he has, and I guess is doing a new body kit for it, which is a shame because that BN kit is really fucking awesome. So
Yes.
I'm a little ashamed with this. The first handful of times I saw that car, I legitimately thought it was a 240. I'm not proud of that. I'm not.
you shouldn't be.
I'm not.
No, you
But I'm
probably
glad-
should never bring that up ever.
Well,
I
I thought this was a safe place, Trent. That was
Yeah,
a safe
No.
place.
I'm glad he
No.
is willing to get that out there. So, this is how he grows.
True.
I will never
Yep.
share anything ever again on this podcast.
God damn it.
Trent. All
We
of my great
can't have
stories
that.
are gone.
Uh,
The Trent.
man. But who else will tell us that they messed up a Porsche? Lord knows nobody's dumb enough to give me the keys to one.
I sold mine, so
All right then. Anyway, well, that was that. If you did anything fun over the weekend, please feel free to let us know on social media, the place where you usually tell us that you hate things, but sometimes you give us good stuff. Or mailbag at camautomag.com for your long form stories of adventureness. So, and now we are moving on to the segment, The Racing Mongooses, which, yep, gonna have to work on that one. Either add more S's or
I
figure out
always
something.
I like adding S's like the middle of the podcast.
Yes, like keep never stop. So we have a little bit of racing news. There's some things happened. The Hungaroring has entered as a potential second F1 venue after the British Grand Prix is looking like it may have to take place later in the year because of British quarantine stuff. So they could very well go Red Bull Ring in Austria, then over to Hungary, the Hungaroring, and then whatever the shit else happens, because I still really have no idea what the F1 calendar is actually looking like. Although it's looking like they're going to go from Austria to Germany to Hockenheim for the second event, and then hopefully Britain's cool with just letting people in again. So, but again, I don't know what's going on. Everything is meaningless, but I do know that IndyCar has their revised schedule out. So, yeah. So starting on June 6th, they will be racing at Texas Motor Speedway on the oval, and then July the 4th, Indy Motor Speedway. They're going to be running the Grand Prix circuit, which is always fun because it runs the opposite direction of the oval. So
yes,
that is, I will say this, that was one of my favorite tracks in Forza to use as a drift track.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah, like that turn one and then going through the midfield, which part of that is actually access road to get to race control, as I found out a couple of years ago when I went to Indy. So, which, that's some of the film that I scanned. So there will actually be photos of that. Anyway, yep, there's going to be a doubleheader at Road America and also at Iowa Speedway and Laguna Seca.
Yes.
Doubleheader. Let's see. The Indy 500, the Indianapolis 500-mile race is going to be taking place on August 23rd. And the 15th and 16th is just going to be qualifying. So hopefully we will have more than 33 people trying to get in. We'll actually have a legit bump day because that's always fun. I will say this, the Portland race in September is still kind of up in the air. It could be replaced with Toronto because the state of Oregon still has some of their stay-at-home stuff going on. So
for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. So, I mean, Portland is it is an interesting track to say the least, but they could be on the streets of the one Toronto. So, and the season will wrap up where it should have started on the streets of St. Petersburg on October 25th. So,
I like it.
Yeah, it's a good schedule, a good healthy mix of ovals and road courses. So,
I'm all about the double headers.
Love me a doubleheader, especially at some place like Road America or Laguna Seca. Like, yeah, please.
Can we make a suggestion to Major League Baseball?
Sure.
Let's just do all double headers to make up for the season starting late. Let's every day double header.
Let's play 2. I'm down. Let's make this happen.
Okay.
Well, and hey, speaking of more good news, Risi Competizione, they are going to be racing at Le Mans this year. Yep, they were on the reserve list because, you know, there were too many entries, and there's always a reserve list of people who want to get into Le Mans. So if somebody drops out, they have somebody immediately to replace them. And because Corvette and the North American Porsche teams are out, Risi's in. Their driver lineup is going to be Sebastian Bourdais, who is actually from Le Mans. Olivier Pla and Jules Gounon will be driving the number 82 Ferrari 488 Evo. So that is going to be fun. It is a blue and white Ferrari. So that is the picture that has been posted, and I really hope that they show up in a blue and white Ferrari, which is a throwback to a time when Enzo got royally pissed at the Italian Motor Racing Federation and said, "Thanks for not sticking up for me to the FIA. We're running these under the North American colors, under the U.S. colors, for white and blue." He was nothing if not a small and petty man.
Yes, but look at where it got us.
Yes, because of the long-lasting small and pettiness of Enzo, it has led to this. The F1 teams have approved a cost cap and aero handicap changes. It's going to be $145 million. So down
it says the F1 teams agreed to this. Did Ferrari agree to this? Because that's the whole thing of why they're going to go off to IndyCar.
Well, they're going to go off to IndyCar because they still, like, for whatever reason, they treat their racing budget like a lot of government entities treat their budget. Like, they have to spend it or else they're never going to get it again. So
you have to use it or else you lose it.
Exactly. So there's that. But no, it is Ferrari is why it is down to 145 million and not anything below that. Ferrari was like, we're good at 145. And McLaren's like, we're good at 100. And Ferrari's like, no, 145. Thanks. So, yeah, it's going to be 145 for 2021, drop down to eventually $135 million in 2022. And the other thing is there is an aero development handicap system that's going to be put in place, which is the worse you're doing as a team, the more time you get in the wind tunnel and with CFD development to develop new aero parts. So
I like this.
Yeah. And then there's also a provision for open source parts. So, you know, somebody will design something and then it will be out there for everybody to use and or tweak as they see fit. So I kind of like what's going on with F1.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a fun thing. And then finally, usually Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, I wake up stupid early. I make myself some bacon and eggs and coffee, and I watch the Monaco Parade. I mean Grand Prix.
Ha!
Then I go over to ABC or NBC, whoever's carrying the Indy 500 coverage, and I watch that until the checkered flag drops and they're done interviewing the team owner of whoever won the race. And then I zone in and out of the Coca-Cola 600. But unfortunately, there was no Monaco Grand Prix. There was no Indy 500. So, me and the parents watched an hour-plus rain delay at the Coca-Cola 600. Yes, in the first stage, there was an hour and 8-minute rain delay. Nothing screams racing excitement like a bunch of dudes wearing masks standing around waiting for the track to dry out. Anyway, when it was all said and done, Brad Keselowski won the race, which wound up going into overtime. Jimmy Johnson came in second, but then was DQ'd because his car failed post-race tech because the rear was out of alignment. And Denny Hamlin was the cause of an early caution because his FedEx Toyota shed ballasts, which are like hunks of tungsten the size of a brick. Like, his car just shed some of those. And because of
like
that...
it does.
Yeah. Because of that, his team was hit with a penalty, and 3 crew members, including his crew chief, were suspended. So, yeah, turns out NASCAR's not down for big, heavy hunks of metal flying off the car in the middle of a race.
Really?
Yep.
Surprising.
Right? Could have fooled me. But
I would have thought they would have encouraged that. I don't know.
Yep.
I
Also,
encourage it.
we also had a very fun moment. My mom pointed out, like, well, why is Kyle Busch just falling down the order so much? I'm like, well, he's in pit lane, but don't worry, he's good. Wait, we don't like Kyle Busch. He's a fucking asshole. I was like, oh, right. Well, good for him for going down. Like, there you go, Sandy. Way to be. Yeah, well, that is it as far as racing news. Like I said, it was kind of light. You know, there was not a lot going on. Usually there's more stuff to talk about. Usually we can coax good old, what's his name? Pizza guy.
I forgot him, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Did he have a
I'd
name?
forgotten as well.
I just, like, kind of vaguely remember, like...
He has a beard.
About yay tall, about like that.
But he smokes a lot. I know that. I remember that. He smokes a lot.
Yes, he does.
He has children.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't...
Allegedly has children.
I have not met them, so...
Yeah, so it's... Listen, that's all... Just going to go ahead and sprinkle allegedly all over that. So...
Allegedly.
Yep. Hey, Taylor went to Cars and Coffee with you, Zach. That's what he did this weekend.
That he did.
Yep, perfect. Nailed it. Anyway, so that is it for the news. And gentlemen, that leaves us with time for so many things, including starting off with Trent. Do you have $1 billion question for us?
So I have a plethora of them.
Oh boy.
We won't get to them all this week, but let's just say I thought of an idea, and I now realize it can easily expand into 4 weeks with like minimal digging into this.
Okay.
We're going to have a track daily crush
Okay.
of vehicles that are dying this year.
All right. I like it.
This is what so it went back to what we talked about last week with the Fusion and the Malibu and all that crap, but turns out there's a lot of vehicles dying this year.
Hate to see it.
Yeah.
So what do we got?
We'll start with those. Like I said, I've got several weeks of material lined up now.
As long as one of us does.
Yes. So we're gonna do the front wheel drive sedan version of the Track Daily Crush of cars that are dying this year.
Let me guess, there's an Audi in there.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. The Ford Fusion, This is all domestic, by the way. I could clarify that too, because there are,
I guess the Regals next.
No, that's next week.
Okay.
The Fusion, the Malibu,
Okay.
and the Cadillac XTS.
Ooh.
Which one do you track? Which one do you daily? Which one do you crush?
Well, you want that through one more time for me? Cadillac, XTX, Malibu, and Fusion?
Yes.
Correct.
And these are all like the base front wheel drive, like basically rental.
Yes, this is not like any special awesome version. We're talking
not
rental
like
car
Sports,
version.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have an answer. Unless Mike wants
The
to.
Hertz version.
Yeah. I too have an answer. So
Full circle. Go.
All right, Zach, go right ahead.
Daily the Cadillac.
Okay.
Track the Fusion. Crush the Malibu.
That was my answer exactly. But I will say this, because when I went to Hawaii, my rental car was a Ford Fusion, and yeah, that thing was willing to hustle. I will say that. She was willing to be pushed. So yeah, definitely want to do that. And then I mean, I have a real love-hate thing with GM and their interiors and their kind of everyman sedans, so not really excited about the Malibu in any way, shape, or form. I'd much rather deal with a Cadillac, because at least it's the nicest bargain basement interior. So
yeah, I wanted to say the exact same thing as you guys, but for the sake of being different, I'm gonna daily the Malibu, because it's a big old boat, and it's gonna be comfortable. It's gonna be relatively reliable.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the Fusion, the noise that I've talked about multiple times. I hate on every Ford, the do 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 every time you have a door open.
The door it doesn't have the Ford door chime.
Yes,
that is,
and have you noticed their blinkers? Their blinkers are really annoying too.
They're
very loud and clicky, but it's electronic.
It's weird, that blinker noise.
Because I remember when we went to Coda and had that Focus, like it was an electronic sound even in that Focus, because you'd click the turn signal. It's very loud and clicky, and then another noise happened, like you opened the door and that noise would go away. It wasn't a relay, it was an electronic sound, and it's super annoying. Anyway, so daily in the Malibu, and for the heck of it, I'm going to track the Cadillac.
Okay, why not? Let's see, Sam Goebel, he wants to crush the Malibu as well, so because they suck.
Also zoom.
Yep. Perfect. Nailed it. Nail me.
Solid answer.
Perfect. Well, let us know.
No other response on the daily or the racing part, but oh well.
Doesn't matter. Let us know what you would be tracking, dailying, and crushing out of those three solid domestic options. Let us know on social media or mailbag at camautomag.com, and justify your answers, please. Makes it a lot easier, because I don't have to be wondering why you chose what you did.
It makes it funner for everybody.
I mean, I could come on and just wildly speculate why you chose to do what it is you did.
You should do that.
Okay, I'm gonna just never mind. Forget what I said about explaining yourself. Just send it to me, and I will just make up your reasons. It'll be brilliant.
Still gonna send it.
Exactly.
Wow, you picked the kid card today. That's my saying.
Sam did follow up. Race the Fusion, daily the Cadillac.
All right,
and Mike, go ahead and wildly speculate. Go.
All right, Malibu suck because when he was a child, he was his aunt had a Malibu, and she also had a drinking problem. So there were a lot of painful memories of him just being locked in there as she went into the bar. The Fusion, I mean, come on, who doesn't remember the glory days of Brad Keselowski and all the other Ford Racing Roush drivers? So it's just like the poster's been on his wall. That
he has a single poster, and it's just a Ford Fusion,
and it's just like, it's like a bootleg one. Like his name's spelled wrong.
It's like, printed off an inkjet printer.
Yeah,
exactly.
At school in the library during lunchtime.
Yeah, like it's pieced together from a few different pieces of paper.
They're ink soaked, so they're all wavy and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Daily the Cadillac, because I mean, come on, who doesn't remember watching Goodfellas and wanting a giant fucking American land yacht and a cocaine problem? So there you go.
So you're saying Sam has a cocaine problem? Got it.
I'm saying
I love
that's
this
why
wild speculation. Love it.
I'm saying that's part of. I mean, he wants the Cadillac, and then you get the caddy, and then you get the Coke. That's how it works. All right.
Okay, so he doesn't currently have a coke problem. It
No.
is a future.
Exactly.
Got
See, Zach doesn't have a Coke problem, but if he got that Cadillac and got it running,
Wait,
he would have a Coke problem.
I have a Cadillac.
You have a Cadillac?
I have a Fleetwood Brougham, the most cocaine.
I thought
Cadillac.
you got rid of that thing.
It's sitting on the side of the street at my shop. I'm waiting for the city to fucking tow it. It's been there for like 4 months.
I thought that thing was out of your life.
No, I see it. It's like a haunting nightmare. It's like the were car from Futurama. It's always staring at me.
Well,
I was waiting for it to be gone, and it's not gone yet.
So much like a cocaine habit, it is haunting you and causing you problems.
Yes, it is.
There it is.
Yeah, so Sam followed up and said, haha, that's great. I love it. Good point about the cocaine.
Jackson.
Jackson was breaking into his car. So.
Yeah. So Jackson. We're
Wow,
doing Track Daily Crush, Fusion, Malibu, Cadillac XTS. And Mike is wildly speculating about why you chose those with no reference. And so
if you just tell me, just tell me your choices and I will just make up reasons. So
it's gonna be a good time because apparently Sam has a future cocaine problem.
A future
now
cocaine
figured out because of
he
this.
has an aspirational drug habit.
Some people aspire to be NBA greats, but no.
Nope. Some people just want a Coke problem.
Jackson clarifies that it says his BMW was breaking, not breaking into, which is probably more realistic for him.
There is a difference.
Yeah, his 135 is just a hunk of shit.
Oh, so...
wow. He has a 135? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, a modern BMW being a fucking pile? What? Could have knocked me over with a feather.
And then did you want to guess who his most contacted person on his contact list is?
You?
Asian Mike.
So the question is, the very important distinction, N54 or N55 motor?
I actually don't know.
What year is his 135?
09, 08?
Yeah, that's going to be an N54. So basically more tunable, but also horrendously unreliable.
Nice.
Yeah, Jackson has an answer for us.
He's going to crush the caddy. He's going to daily the Fusion. He's going to race the Malibu. He's going to crush the caddy because...
N54. Thank you, Jackson. I'm sorry.
It's all right. He's going to crush the caddy because, he's not a fan of, that
he's tired
ridiculous
of pushing,
level.
He's tired of pushing my Cadillac.
Yeah, he hates Cadillac. You did this to him, Zach. This is you. That and the opulence.
And that's actually probably a pretty realistic guess right there as well, too.
There it is.
There's a reason Mike won't ever own a Viper now, because he has the memories.
Oh, no. I would be willing to own a Viper that is not a first-gen Viper.
Okay.
I hate your Viper. It's your Viper. I hate your Viper.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jackson said he's actually crushed the caddy because of his prior crippling cocaine addiction.
He's trying to sever ties to it.
He's moving on. That's what you got to do. He's working the program. He's following the steps, and he's still
step 1: crush your Cadillac.
God, he's made amends, and now he's crushing the Cadillac because that's what you got to do. He's got to be racing the Malibu because you know what? Sometimes it's fun to be different. Look at Leonardo da Vinci. He was different. He had a whole bunch of crazy, wild ideas, and look at how we, view him hundreds of years later after his death. Vitruvian Man, Mona Lisa, fucking amazing. And then he's dailing the Fusion because
are you comparing Jackson to Leonardo da Vinci?
Yes, I am.
He's a way of.
And now him and Sam are talking, so I don't think they're paying much attention. Anyway, moving on. We've got time for some shenanigans, boys. So I have a few stories in here. Your headline options are A Tale as Old as Time. This is the government reach you should be complaining about. There's a reason we all know Superman by Goldfinger. We're all insane for free stuff. You sneaky rat and criminal.
I'm about the government overreach. Let's hear it.
Okay. This is near and dear to my heart. Chicago's tamale guy gets shut down.
Oh, I did hear this story. This is awful.
Yes, Claudio Velez, a.k.a. Chicago's tamale guy, has been served a cease and desist letter by the city after he was basically running a kind of underground door-to-door tamale delivery thing. Like,
okay, so here's the crazy thing about this, though, is he was doing what he could. So
yeah,
he originally got shut down. He found a legal way around it.
Yes.
And then it exploded and then took off, and then people complained about it.
Yeah, somebody fucking narked on him.
Which is ridiculous. And then he gets shut down. This is his livelihood, and people wanted the tamales. What's your problem with it?
Yeah, like a fucking
this country's free.
Guy. Yeah, like damn it. He was there, he was doing the Lord's work before the apocalypse, just like showing up at bars when they were closing, just being like, yo, I know what you've been doing in there. You know what I've got in this cooler. Let's make a deal. So drunk Chicagoans were just mowing down tamales. You know, he was doing the Lord's work, but friends have set up a GoFundMe so he can open up a brick and mortar restaurant that he's been working towards getting. So
it's been his goal all along.
Yeah, so fucking fingers crossed, good Lord willing, he will have that brick and mortar restaurant, and we will be awash in pork, chicken, cheese, and masa once more. So yeah.
Yes, we should be outraged over this.
Exactly. You know, like that's the thing you should be complaining about, not this other stuff. That's the one. All right. Yes. All right. We have A Tale as Old as Time, Superman by Goldfinger, Insane for Free Stuff, Sneaky Rat.
I will let Zach pick this one after I follow up with Jackson. He is Leonardo da Vinci, and his failure is his cars. His art is being able to make enough money to always pay for his car payments that he can't afford. Bravo. I couldn't have put that a better way. So
yep.
Shout out to you, Jackson. Living the dream.
Fucking brilliant.
The American way.
And also cocaine tamales. Thank you, Sam. There it is.
I will go with You Sneaky Rat.
Okay. We're all familiar with the works of Charles Entertainment Cheese, right? Chuck E. Cheese. Well,
yes.
So people had been ordering pizza delivery on Grubhub from this place that popped up. Is called Pasquale's Pizza and Wings. Well, turns out Pasquale is actually Chuck E. Cheese. So people thought they were ordering from this like independent pizza place, and no, actually it was Chuck E. Cheese. So somebody noticed that hey man, this is from is this from Chuck E. Cheese? And yeah, it was from a fucking Chuck E. Cheese. And it turns out that
I'm being disappointed. It's like, I'm gonna get this nice ass oven baked pizza, and you get a Chuck E. Cheese box with Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Yep. So actually, there is a Pasquale's Pizza and Wings. It was started by Chuck E. Cheese, and it was supposed to be, you know, kind of a Chuck E. Cheese adjacent sort of thing. Like Chuck E. Cheese going legit. But yeah. No, it's still fucking Chuck E. Cheese pizza. And actually, so there is. It is named after Pasquale P. Pie Plate, who was one of the animatronic nightmares in the Chuck E. Cheese band that you would see at the restaurant.
No fucking way.
Oh, yes. And apparently Applebee's was trying to get in on the scam under the name of Neighborhood Wings.
To be honest with you, I've got to give them props because
Like-
they're doing what they can. I mean, yes, they got called out on it. Yes, it's going to hurt their reputation, but they tried. I mean, that's better than sitting back and dying.
Yeah. And like,
you know what? I'm more okay with receiving Applebee's wings under a false name than Chuck E. Cheese pizza under a false name.
Right.
And the thing is, like, you know, the Applebee's thing, it is Neighborhood Wings, but like underneath, you know, where it says Neighborhood Wings, it says by Applebee's. So they're at least
they're on the up and up on that.
Trying to be a little bit more upfront about it. So, all right, guys. Well, you got time for one or two more. So we got A Tale as Old as Time, Superman by Goldfinger, Insane for Free Stuff, and Criminal. Criminal with a K.
Yes, because I'm wearing a Krusty shirt. So.
Yep. Man who wore a watermelon on his head while stealing from a convenience store has been arrested.
No.
Watermelon!
It turns out he ran into Gallagher on his way out.
Zing.
Wow.
Yes, in Louisa, Virginia, a couple guys wandered in, literally wearing hollowed out watermelons with eye holes cut in them to obscure their faces, robbed the convenience store, and then were arrested shortly thereafter.
Well, in this photo, those two men are not 6 feet apart, and the sign clearly dictates being six feet apart.
Listen, like, the watermelon is a pretty solid barrier. It's like, you know.
Hey, what did we talk about with the Ed Bolian thing? You shouldn't commit a crime while you're committing a crime.
Yes.
They just committed 2 crimes right there.
I mean,
that was their fault.
I mean, this is just like...
It wasn't the fact that they were wearing hollowed out watermelon heads. It was the fact that they were robbing them and being closer than 6 feet. So...
The 20-year-old suspect who was arrested has been charged with wearing a mask in public while committing larceny, underage possession of alcohol, and petite larceny of alcohol, police said. So, there you go.
What a lad. What a lad.
Indeed.
Sam brings up a good point. How does Chuck E. Cheese still exist?
Cocaine.
What we'd all like to know. Cocaine with a K.
We were all 6 at one point in our life.
Listen, like, it's just like at some point you need to dump the kids somewhere. And a Chuck E. Cheese at some point inevitably sounds like a place to take them for whatever party. Just make them deal with it. Make the dude in the rat costume deal with the kids. Well, all you and the other dads just hang out in the parking lot and crush tall boys, because that's what you do as weekend dads.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, Sam says watermelon protects from the virus. Good to know. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
I'm gonna publish that.
I will be wearing a watermelon to my next Costco visit.
Oh my god! Perfect.
Please, can you film that, please?
Yes, I will. Just for you.
Thank you.
Man. All right. Let's see. Free Stuff, Superman by Goldfinger, or A Tale as Old as Time.
I'll do Free Stuff. Or sorry, Tales as Old as Time. Sorry, the top one.
Oh no, I'm all about the free stuff.
Let's do Free Stuff then.
All right, Free Stuff it is. So, we're all familiar with Grand Theft Auto 5, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Vaguely.
Yep. Well, it's a very popular game, and the Epic Game Store.
Oh, it's a game?
Yes, it is. It's not just our everyday lives, my friend. The Epic Game Store.
GTA 5 is actually your 5th charge of Grand Theft Auto. So
there it is. Yes, the Epic Game Store put it up as a free game, and because we all love free shit, we crashed the Epic Game Store, and it was gone from the internet for 12 hours because that's how many people were trying to download a free game.
The amazing thing about that is I did not realize that was that popular, that enough people hadn't already gotten it. It's 7 years old.
It was
7 years old.
I looked at it like last year, just talking about buying with some friends, and it was still like $40 to buy.
Yeah.
Because it's still incredibly popular. Because Rockstar
GTA
Games
Online
is amazing. GTA Online.
Yeah.
I like the tag at the top. We're currently experiencing high traffic on the Epic Game Store.
Yep.
No shit.
You don't say. Yeah, and this actually did bring up another thing. So a problem with GTA Online is people, cheating and modding and doing stuff that Rockstar doesn't want them to do. So what people were doing is they were just getting free copy after free copy after free copy, and then just like introducing their world of fucking madness to GTA Online. And it's just one of those things like, okay, well, you originally had a way to stop these people because they weren't going to spend $40 on the game again to do this, but you keep giving it out for free. So yeah.
There you go.
Yep, there was that.
I haven't met Sam Goebel before, but he is quickly becoming my favorite person.
Yeah.
I think they should make GTA 5 in real life. Are we not already there? We're close.
We're getting there.
Close.
Sam is really good people. I like Sam a lot. Yep. Even though I haven't fucking seen him for like 8 fucking months.
There's also weird gang wars and shit happening in GTA 5. Purple versus green. People dressing up like the Scooby-Doo crew and just beating up people, hopping in and out of the mystery machine. Yeah, that's a thing. All right, we've got time for one more. So,
what was the one Zach wanted?
A Tale as Old as Time.
Okay.
I think it was free. Oh yeah. You're right. Yep.
A Tale as Old as Time.
Oh, dude, I remember this story. Oh, goodness, yeah.
A man can't stop fighting with the cook at Waffle House, and his girlfriend wonders why.
Oh, goodness.
I am not up to date on this.
This is really funny.
Yes. So, this gal gets on Reddit, goes, our relationship advice, and then writes a letter. She's 29 years old. Her boyfriend is also 29. He's a kind and gentle dude, except at the Waffle House. Here's the thing. The boyfriend requests runny eggs. The cook served them hard. Boyfriend complained. Cook responded with a plate of scrambled eggs. Boyfriend complained again. Cook gave him hard-boiled eggs, and the boyfriend stomped out. And now we pick up from the girlfriend's question to Reddit. The next week, we were hanging out, getting some shopping done, and he wanted to go to Waffle House again. I suggested that we try out a different place, or at least a different Waffle House location. But he only wanted the same Waffle House. We went in and sat down, and once again, the same cook served his eggs wrong. My boyfriend sort of snapped at him that he wasn't interested in messing around and just wanted the correct eggs. The cook then served him a piece of toast with a hole cut in the middle with a fried egg in it. My boyfriend got really mad and threw the egg toast at the cook, which made the cook come around from behind the bar and throw it back at him. They ended up sort of wrestling/fighting until my boyfriend was like, "This is bullshit," and walked out. Nobody got hurt, but the few other people in there were watching and laughing a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this dude, he wants to keep going to that Waffle House. He's here for recreational stress. And I don't get that. I'm not about that life.
It's hilarious. I love the passive aggressive cook.
Yeah,
I want runny eggs, scrambled eggs.
Yeah,
over hard. There you go.
It's just a hard boiled egg.
Yeah,
that's fucking great. So, yeah,
this is an omelet.
Yeah, the original poster of this question says that this is not fake. That this is real. And and people brought this up, that she should be worried that the boyfriend and the cook are secretly in love with each other. Yep, it's the enemy to lovers trope in action. So
it would make sense.
There we go. And screw it, we're just over on the light by a little bit. The reason we all know Superman by Goldfinger, that's because we all played Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and it's getting a re-release. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's going to be showing up in, October?
It's
September
it's on
4th.
Tony Hawk's birthday, right?
Yeah, September 4th. Pro Skater 1 and 2 will be released for PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One.
And I will buy them.
Oh, yes. On Spotify, there is an official Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 soundtrack playlist. It is not the complete soundtrack from either game. It's just most of them. So, but it's still there. Yeah. We all remember every word to Superman by Goldfinger, and I do want to remind people that May 16th by Lagwagon, that shit fucking goes. So there you go, folks. That has been episode 266 of the CAMcast.
Solid.
Glad we could make this happen. Glad some of you spent your Memorial Day with us.
Yes.
Glad
A reminder that we've been around for 10 freaking years.
10. I have been going through.
Why have we made so many wrong choices in our lives?
I don't know, but I've been going through and scanning a bunch of old film from like years past. So yeah, there's stuff. Like I got here, this one. Remember when we got the disposable cameras at Coda?
And I posted mine like a week after, and you guys still haven't?
Yep. Don't worry, mine will be going up. So
great.
Yep. So yeah.
Something we should have talked about at the top of the hour, because of this 10-year thing. We want to get your opinion on how we should celebrate this whole 10-year deal. So go ahead and send us an email, mailbag@camautomag.com. Zach's going to jump in and give something here. We've got lots of plans, but Zach, go ahead.
Cocaine.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Perfect. Fucking.
I'll pass, but thanks.
Theme of the evening. Thanks, Zach.
That's what I'm here for.
Turn on.
Mike, go ahead and look at the show notes too.
Jesus Christ, Zach! Could you turn on a light? You're just disappearing into the back.
Seriously, it is nothingness.
There it is. Perfect. There's that handsome face of yours.
My face is actually not this greasy. It's just the light.
And Mike, this is yours. I need to return to you.
We'll figure out how to get that. So, anyway, thank you for joining us on episode 266. We appreciate it. If you like this, if you liked our cheeky shenanigans here, give us a follow on social media. We're at CamAutoMag on a lot of them. Usually mostly active on Facebook and Instagram. But hey, man, racing's coming back, so gonna blow the dust off Twitter.
I'm throwing a couple of things on the Instagram here lately over the last couple weeks. So
there you go.
I'm still with the idea of doing a cam Snapchat. Ever do any cam related stuff?
Yep. Well, something will come up. We'll do something.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, this podcast, if you want to listen to just the audio version, it's available every Wednesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts. Like, rate, review, subscribe.
Thanks, Jackson.
Jackson wants Zach back in the darkness, but you know what? He needs to be in the light. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/CamAutomag. Good God. All right. That's a lot more light. Patreon.com/CamAutomag is where you go to support us. Any dollar amount is greatly appreciated, but $5 a month is the money number that gets you into the Super Secret Shenanigans Facebook group. It gets you the podcast at least a day early. Lately, I've been posting it the night we record it because I don't want to forget to do that. So, other bonus content. Sometimes I'll just randomly send you stuff. So, but that is only if you're subscribed at the $5 shenanigans level or higher. So patreon.com/CamAutomag is where you do that. And if you want the sweet, sweet hat that me and Trent are wearing, the totally unplanned gray hat wearing Memorial Day hat, you head over to CamAutoswag.com, get yourself a hat, get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a tote bag. Also, get yourself a backpack, some flip-flops, and some shorts for the summer that we've got coming up. Have yourself a
note on that until California opens up. Expect longer times than usual because they are coming from Latvia.
Yeah, coming from fucking Neptune. But that's just the backpacks and the flip-flops. The hats and the shirts are still coming from somewhere within the U.S. So, but yeah. Everything else is coming from some place that was formerly behind the Iron Curtain. So, Anyway, CAMautoswag.com. It's where you go to get your official Cam merch. While you're out there on the internet spending your hard-earned Trump bucks, head over to SteadyBroke.com. SteadyBroke Clothing has been a long-time sponsor of this madness. Don't know why, but Tommy's a good egg, so we're not going to say no to him if he wants to continue to support us. Steady.broke on all the social media, steadybroke.com. Use coupon code CAMAuto15 at checkout to save 15% on your entire order. Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't be dripping in all that hot boy swag, as Zach would say. Steady broke. Yep. And Twitch Tuesday. I think we're just going to make this a permanent thing because I kind of like getting together with people on Tuesday and playing different games. So this Tuesday, we are playing GT Sport. It's going to be our final hurrah for the PlayStation 4. We're going to be doing more Xbox and PC stuff next month so we can keep, getting the fans involved. But GT Sport, throw some cool historic liveries on whatever car it is you want. And then, join us for shenanigans that involves us getting angry at the randos who show up in the room and possibly racing Volkswagen Beetles on Old Sarth. Or whatever. Some sort of ridiculousness that has us going incredibly slow on a very long track because that's great. Also, pump drafting and shifter carts is a thing that you can do. Just an FYI. Anyway, guys, do you have anything else you want to throw in here at the end? Other than cocaine?
Okay.
No, thank you everyone who has listened to the podcast and looked at our website or anything like that.
Yes.
I'm surprised we made it to this point too. So go ahead and tell someone about it if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, please do.
Jackson, Sam, whoever else is watching on YouTube, tell someone that isn't Zach. Spread that word, and we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, Taylor, go forth and spread the word. Yep. All right, for episode 266 of the CAMcast, I have been Mike.
I've been Zach.
I've been Trent.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I need to go. Mom called me like an hour ago. I should probably call her back.